This past weekend, the conference meet, guys really showed up and ran super well. It was probably the best UWL cross-country race I've seen in my 4 years here, so that was fun. Shows that we're moving in the right direction, shows that we can do something special at the national meet.
Yep, I'd agree with that. Also, Ethan Gregg stamping his authority on the conference meet and the rest of the nation.
Yeah, I just agree with this past weekend at conference, just making the statement and setting the precedent.
I mean, I feel like yesterday is a defining moment.
Yeah.
Like we haven't seen the ramification. That seems like a negative word, but we haven't seen like the outcomes of yesterday yet.
Which was conference.
But conference, yeah.
A couple weeks ago, we ran a really solid workout at a dual meet down in Decorah, and that workout is always like a kind of a focal point for us each year. But to see how excited, like especially how excited the younger guys were and like the confidence that they took from that workout, I think that like really, I don't know, just like took it up a notch with what we like where we could see ourselves being at the end of the year.
Even like Concordia, because I'm just thinking about, because so half the team had a workout to do and the other half of the team raced, and everyone just kind of had their own plan that they had to execute, and everyone executed it like to perfection. And I feel like that's just kind of been the story of our season. Like we have all these race strategies and we've just been really good at just going out and doing what we have to do, and I think that kind of started at Concordia.
And we got to swim in the lake, which it looked like the ocean. And yeah, I think that was, the Concordia meet was like just, I think we really connected as a family, and yeah, that's the first thing I thought of when I heard that question too.
One thing that set the tone for me for like the culture and like how this team's gonna like feel for the year was the last session of blood lactate testing, like at the end of the summer, where it was completely downpouring, and I think it was like only freshmen still doing the testing, but everybody on the whole roster was out supporting them and cheering in a pouring rainstorm at like 8 p.m. and it was just a blast.
He's like the crazy dad with a camera, and he's always running, but he's so high energy and fun, and yeah, he always knows how to make us laugh in some way.
I think the best way to describe Stanley is to call him a nerd. Like, he always calls us nerds, but he is such a nerd. Like, watching his like interactions with Coach Davis are hilarious because they're just like trading movie references and like cackling back and forth about it. And just like when he's excited, like you can't help but be excited too.
Definitely goofy, but like just has it all, like can be funny and fun, but then obviously is serious and knows what he's doing as a coach and stuff.
It's like a kid on candy, just a bit crazy and always excited and always having a good time.
I feel like, you know how he always sends like Mean Girls GIFs? I feel like he could be his own like series of GIFs.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
His reactions and like
his
meme. I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say he could be a movie, and I was gonna agree.
He could also be a movie, yeah. Just like when we were in here, even just last week, and like the soccer team came down, and he was like,
yeah, very.
Guy that loves his screens, whether it's we're looking over training, writing it, meetings, taking videos. There's almost always a screen in front of him, and he loves it.
He's like your dad away from home. I feel like he'll like make fun of you, but he'll pick you up and he'll be real with you and tell you the things you don't necessarily want to hear but need to hear. So, but you know, he's always really lighthearted about things.
I like to think of Petish as like the brains behind the operation. Not that Stan doesn't have brains, but Petish like knows his stuff, and he also will be very real with you, and yeah, he's a great coach.
The silence is the description.
Numbers. Petish loves numbers. He doesn't say a whole lot outside of that, but he's one of those guys that when he talks, you listen.
He's also a man of few words, but has the best words and advice.
He genuinely cares about you, and he's someone who's willing to take risks with you as well, and is willing to come down to your level to make stuff happen.
And I feel like he's like the steady presence on our team, like just like the calming
Yeah,
presence.
yeah.
Like
For sure.
I love going to him when I know that I need to like calm down or like need to like rationalize what happened in a race or something. Like he's very good at helping you see the bigger picture.
There's not someone that thinks more highly of you than what Coach Peters does. He thinks very highly of every single one of his athletes.
Yeah, like maybe he doesn't always show it, but like the care he has for us is pretty insane, and none of us, I think, even realize how much time he puts in this program. Like he is working all the time to make us the best runners we can be.
He knows what he's talking about, and yeah, during races, like totally look to him for like the pace or just tell you like you're good or whatever. Definitely.
I just feel like none of us ever question like what he said either. We have
Like, oh, okay.
We always like, he just said it, okay.
Definitely
Like that's
trust
like
Mhm.
that's fact. So like
Yeah.
He's very like matter of fact with his expectations, but they're always like they're bigger than your own expectations for yourself, which they're usually true. I mean, he's usually right, but he just believes in us a lot, like Mike said.
I've liked having her around. I think that it's nice to have someone who's like super closely removed from the team, and I think it's cool to just get advice from her a lot. Like I feel like I go to her and ask her for advice because, yeah,
She's just been
she
in our
knows,
position
yeah.
like recently pretty.
So like having someone who's been out of school and been like off the team pretty recently, I think like helps grounds us, like especially in big moments where it's like she knows exactly what we're going through and like what we're feeling. And like even on day-to-day stuff too, like just having someone else similar, like who's older than you but still close to your own age to relate to is really, really important, I think.
Yeah, I love having her on runs and stuff, and just having another woman to just like connect with, and she just brings a really great energy.
Yeah, I feel like you can just easily see kind of like her love for running, and it's just like a positive presence on the team.
Pre-O sessions are awesome.
yeah.
yes.
I think for Alex and I, it's kind of the reversal of roles now. It's like we went to the same high school that she did, and we watched her when she was running in high school, and even a little bit like here in college, and now we go here and she coaches us. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of different, but it also is pretty interesting to be able to have that connection with somebody.
I feel like for me, just like empowerment. Like I feel like being on this team full of all these amazing, talented runners is just so empowering. And I feel like that's what I think about when I think about the Eagle Owl. I mean, family and everything, but just like getting to do this beside people who love to run and who are confident, and I don't know, it's just the best feeling ever.
Ooh, makes me feel like when I put it on, it makes me feel like I'm a superhero. Like I feel literally unstoppable.
To me, it means accountability. Like I feel like you're on this team, like you're gonna be pushed to be the best version of yourself, and it's like really easy to be just mediocre, and people push you to be like whatever that best version of yourself looks like.
History. I think that's one of the biggest things about lacrosse is just the history and how good we've been. And when I put that logo on, I feel like I have the power of all the other teams with me. I don't know. It's just fun.
Yeah, I think it also, like, everyone kind of says, like, for me it really does mean family. And, like, after taking a little bit of a break from, like, getting to wear that jersey, like, it just means so much to, like, put it back on and run for your team. Like, no matter where you are on the team, like, you're wearing that jersey, like, you're on this team, and we're all working towards the same goal, so.
You feel like you're a part of something bigger than yourself.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Like you're walking in the footsteps of people who are legends from the school or whatever, and like being able to carry that on and to do those people justice is pretty special.
When you said the excellence thing, like I feel like before I got here, I didn't realize how historic of a program this was. Like I guess didn't do my research or something, but I don't know, it's just incredible to think about like all the success this program has had, and then just like we were just talking on the way down how we're like witnessing like history being made on our team, and just like that's so surreal. Like we had amazing performances yesterday on the men and women's side, and just knowing that we're like carrying on that legacy, it's super fun and exciting.